This is your girl Queen.
And this is Heat.
And we are shooting the shit, as always. But yes.
First of all, I have to take the mic. We just said this and did this, so the entire gym is going to think I'm insane for going crazy again. But let's go Knicks! Oh my God, that game last night. Chills, literal chills. OG with the tip in, that's what she said. I don't care. He tipped that shit in. The bell rang. Oh my God, Spike Lee was on the court. They almost subbed in Spike Lee and Ben Stiller in the fourth quarter. That's how bad they was playing. I went home at halftime. I said, I can't be around people with this brain injury and all these emotions. But yeah, pulled it out. 1 point, won by 1 point. Fourth quarter, OG is the G, baby. I'm done.
You sure you got it all out?
Got it all out.
All right.
Woo.
All right. Well, she's excited for the both of us. I can see.
Go New York, go.
All right, guys. So we're going to move along and we're going to go into boxing because we've been having some great fights these past couple of weeks.
We have had great fights, but I want to call out our fans for something.
Okay.
Click, like, follow, comment, share. Please, come on. We need this.
Yes,
we need,
guys.
you know,
on YouTube. Let's go.
I be on the street and people are like, oh shit, that's the boxing podcast. I'm like,
I love that.
Do you follow us? And we just show up on people's feed and they might like it or whatnot, but click. We need the
And you're allowed
sponsors.
to share us. Share us to the others.
Yeah.
Share us to the people.
All right, go, Ronnie.
Okay.
It's your turn.
All right, so let's talk about the boxing that's been going on for the past couple of weeks. We had Fabio and Daniel Dubois. We had Usyk and Rico. We had Stephanie Hahn and Holly Holmes.
Foster and Ford.
And then we had Keyshawn and Albright. I'm going to just go through it. Fabio and Dubois was a great fight. Not only that, I'm going to be honest. A lot of these heavyweight fights do not be good. Don't be entertaining, and they can't fight. They're just like throwing bombs and to see who's going to knock who out. But this was so good. Because Fabio, I'm telling you, the way he threw them right hands and then knocked the boys down about 2 or 3 times.
He knocked him. I didn't watch the fight because I thought the boys would have had it in the bag.
No.
And I mean,
he had it in the bag, but it wasn't like off the
but he got knocked
But he
down.
definitely not knocked out. He got knocked down. But he won though.
Right.
He stopped Fabio, which it was a great and it was amazing and I loved it. Usyk and Rico, they was happy. Some people feel like they shouldn't have stopped it. They said that Rico won, that it wasn't too good, but
I love Usyk.
So
he's an entertaining fighter. He puts asses in the seats. He's always gonna have the upper hand. You got to really beat the champion.
Right, but he won, so I'm happy. And then we had Stephanie Hahn and Holly Holm. Stephanie Hahn won again. That's another fight that people are up in the air with that I saw. I didn't really watch it too much. First of all, can we just talk about how much there's too much channels? Like, there's too much channels
I know.
for everything. I cannot keep up. Like, I need one of them televisions that have, like, 4 or 5 stations.
My
also,
favorite
is the apps, bro.
I just seen this meme, and it said, when the bars hire bartenders, they say, okay, you can make drinks. Can you change a channel? And they say, not at all. You're hired. Because the bartender is always like, how do you use this? And it's like, we don't have that channel. Like,
right? So we need to do better and figure out how we can get boxing as a unison so that we could just watch, and you guys cannot have everything on the same night. Okay, moving along. So Foster and Ford. That fight was very interesting.
I didn't watch that one either.
Yes, so Foster won, as he should have, because he did win. I think he was just too much for Ford that night. I think that Ford still needs a little growing. I think that he fought with a lot of emotions more than, like, skills that night, because he just could not get his foot, in it. First of all, he slid out the ring, like a slope, like, boop, and then right out. That was hilarious.
Ford or Foster?
Ford. Yeah, it was crazy. So they had to leave him to see if he was going to get up, see if something's wrong with him, and he came at 2. Then we have Davis and Albright, which was another good fight.
Everybody knew that was going to be a good fight. You can almost tell before when you look at the matchups, even if it's a good fight, sometimes people are not as developed, like you said. They haven't had as much ring time, and it's like now he got too much experience.
But remember, they fought already. And
Yeah.
Albright, don't get me wrong, is an amazing fighter. But Davis is just on a different level. Like, I just think that he's just
I
levels
know.
above, and he's just that guy. So he won again, and you can see the difference. You can see the level changes. So I'm very, very interested to see what's next for him.
All
That's
right.
boxing, guys.
Now we're gonna go back to the basics. Now get into the juicies. How did you start in boxing?
To be honest, it was very much surface. I'm not saying that I was chubby, but where I'm from, food is a great thing and we celebrate it. We use it to celebrate everything. But I was a bigger size person. I wasn't fat. But yeah, so I really came to boxing as a form of exercise to lose weight. Cause at the time I was just like young. I had a friend that I was having a conversation with, and he kind of brought up like he goes to Gleason's gym, came, and I just fell in love. And when I started, it was just to work out. Like fighting was never on the table for me. Was not interested. That wasn't my gesture. But as I started doing it as for a workout, I fell in love with the science and figuring out how to do the things. And the more you start to kind of like look together and the things start falling in place, it's kind of like, well, let me see what this actually does. And it was my trainer who actually pushed me to fight.
Yeah, my sister gave me, I had a cousin who was a kickboxer, and I always wanted to do it, but I couldn't afford it. Because they say boxing is a poor man's sport, but it's really not. It's expensive,
I mean, now it is.
Now
Back
it
then
is.
It wasn't.
But she got me a gift certificate to karate school. And within 3 weeks, I had my first fight. They were like, yo, we got a girl that's like your size. You want to fight? I'm like, I don't care. Like, I done got my ass beat so many times. Why not? And I beat the crap out of the girl, and it was like the greatest feeling in the world. It was like a million puzzle pieces came together, and it just said, Heather, this is your mark. This is what you're ready to do for Amy.
Okay, so what were the roughest parts of training when you first began?
Finding time. That was hard, like with a full-time work schedule and a child, and it was a single parent. Finding time. I would have to have one of my aunts come over, my TD come over, sit with Annie until she woke up, because I would go to the gym at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
So it would take me an hour to get here. I'd be here from like 5 to 7. This way I could be in the city at work at 9, Finding the time and diet. Like Randy said, I love to eat, and when you're running 4 miles a day and sparring and shadow boxing and lifting weights, like, I want to eat. And we have to be like, what time is salad?
Yeah, I would say making weight probably was the hardest part from the beginning. Like understanding how to make weight, coming down from like, I used to be like 155, like between like 155 and 160. And, my trainer being like, oh yeah, like we're going to fight at 25. I was like, how the fuck am I getting
Yeah, where do we cut
you know
my
what I'm
head
saying?
off?
Like, that's what I'm saying. So it's like the running, the training, like what you're running in. Like I used to run in like a scuba suit. I used to spar in a scuba suit.
I used to wear
like,
plastics and
yeah,
Abilene.
like the Abilene, all the stuff, all the things that you have to do to kind of get there. I think that was the hardest part. I think the fight kind of becomes easy
Once I made weight,
that aspect.
right to dinner, the best night's sleep in the world.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous. I don't start getting like the stomach butterflies till my hands get wrapped.
Yeah.
My hands get wrapped. I used to say, like, Papa, my stomach feels funny. He's like, he said, you're nervous, Heather. I'm like, I'm not nervous. You're nervous. It's your body doing it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. What do you think is the best way to increase stamina and strength?
Sprints and sparring. Like I always said, like, even if every sparring session isn't hard, like isn't me and you, me and Mel, you and Alicia, put the amateurs in with us so you practice move your head. That really gets your wind up. Like if you could do, say, 6 rounds with Ronnie, but I could do 15 rounds with the amateurs just on defense, making a miss,
I think it's consistency. I think once you do something over and over again, you kind of you start to create the stamina within that thing. Well, so as you said, like if you start doing a lot of rounds with people who can't really hurt you, just moving just so that way, your body can get through the push through the times when you start to feel tired. I think once you start to do that over and over, then your body kind of starts to be like, okay, we can do this, and you kind of gain that strength and stamina within fighting and sparring.
But I always said this, like, and I say this to all my girls, everybody needs to get punched in the face at least one time.
Yeah.
Because you need to know what it feels like. Like, nobody is putting me in the trunk of their car. You have to know how far your body will go. Like, if when you're fighting on the street and you don't know if someone's going to pull out a gun or a knife, in fear for your life, you go into some, you dig deep mode, and
It's a flight of
boxing really pulls it out of you.
I definitely think that you need to get punched in the face to really see if the sport is for you, period. Because it depends on the reaction. Like, if you get punched in the face, you're just like, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
They ain't doing
Check,
this.
please.
Yeah.
We've eaten enough. Couldn't have another thing, waiter.
Then you gotta go. Then, just use it for what it is. But if you feel like that, you be like, okay. I mean, that hurt, but it wasn't that
Yeah,
bad.
but
You
I
have something in you. So.
How do you adapt various coaching or training methods?
Various coaching as in switching trainers.
I don't know what that question means.
But
Yeah, like how you adapt to like different coaches.
I usually have the same coaches, but I was taught by a karate black belt. Louis Neglia, who's a world champion kickboxer, was my first instructor. And he used to open hand slap me across the face if I would speak on the mats when I wasn't spoken to. So I learned from karate that when you go in front of the coach, you just do what they say, because you hired them because they know what they know.
I mean,
I regret that because I've had bad coaches,
I think that.
but
I think that, first of all, the slapping in the face, that's doing too much. The only time I think I've gotten slapped in the face, like in the ring, like to wake that ass up. But besides that, I feel like for me, I've only had like
got
two.
slapped in bed.
Like where? In the face?
Yeah.
Bitch, no. Yeah, no. Cause listen, let me tell you something. I don't want nobody. What we're not gonna do. We're not playing them type of games. Cause you might be like, yeah, and then you really hitting me in real life. No, sir, not doing that.
Sometimes you get just a little like, you're like, oh,
You had a slap. Oh, hit. No. But that's for the next conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I feel like I've only had two trainers since I've been fighting, and they have like similar styles, so just a little bit adjustable. But obviously I've been on like the women's national team with the amateur, and they have other trainers. But I think that once you have like your main trainers and you fight a certain way, even if you have different trainers with experience, you can do what they taught you and put it and then create it into your own style.
Because
like,
there's
you don't have
something
to like change per se, but you can just put it into whatever style that you have.
There's something to be said about hearing your trainer's voice, and hearing your trainer when he's cornering you for sparring. That when you're in Madison Square Garden and there's 40,000 people screaming, you still hear the instructions because you know that voice. Hector sometimes didn't even work my corner. He'd just be sitting ringside, and I could hear him over everybody else.
I think for me that when I went to the Nationals, I didn't have like my main coach with me because the LBC had like their trainers or whatever. You have to get a certain whatever. But I feel like what I learned from my trainer, even though the individual was talking to me about what to do or what not to do, I listened, but I still took what I know or what I
Because your body
learned.
just reacts.
Right.
You train so that when you're in the ring, you're like on autopilot.
Right. That makes sense.
What's something that kept you pushing?
I think the want to win. I think after you win, you get this feeling of like euphoria that you want to feel every single time. So you feel like, oh no, I got to get better. I got to do better. Or, like this last fight or this last training wasn't good enough. I got to make it up. So I think that just kept pushing me to like want to be better, do better, and just like focus, and anything that I saw that was like lacking a little something, I try to do that a little more, So whether it's like running, sprinting, paying more attention to like techniques and stuff like that. So
For me, it was Annie and money. I was working 6 jobs when I started boxing. And when I came to Gleason's, I started to realize not only could I make money as a pro, but I could make money by teaching clients. So as I would come to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, I could start knocking off, okay, I'm going to take clients at 8 and skip that job. I'm going to take clients at 10 and skip that job. And eventually I was able to move Annie out of Garrettson Beach and into spoiled brat Dumbo, where my little girls only know life with a doorman.
That's a blessing.
It is. I'm not complaining, but it was 100%. I opened my eyes at 4:30 in the morning every day just to get Annie out of there.
I love that. How do you pinpoint weak points that you might have? And do you think that filming your workout or your sparring or your shadowboxing, do you think that helps?
Honestly, I never really watched, like, I had a coach who would like to watch. Rocco would film all my sparring because he would watch and then figure out what I needed to work on. So it wasn't like, I need to fix my jab. No, we come to the corner like, why is she hitting me so much? Why is this not going as planned? You know, and then we'd spend the next week improving. And, you know, sparring always goes back and forth. One girl comes, you know, every day's not your birthday.
I think for me, I never recorded any of my sparrings, like personally. I've had other people do it and I would be like, oh, let me get the tape or let me get the video. My trainer never, you know, really like recorded me. But what I would say is that I would feed off of the reaction of my trainer. Like if I'm sparring or I'm shadowboxing, whatever, and he's yelling at me about something, then I know it's something that I'm doing wrong or that I need to fix. And then when I'm shadowboxing, I will focus on that thing, whether I do it for a round or I do it for the whole 4 or 6 rounds or whatever. I know like, oh, this is one thing that I need to get better with. The right hand, the hook, you know, so forth and so forth. So I think for me is the reaction and what I'm getting from my trainer. But yes, guys.
All right,
That's
game
a little
time.
basics.
Game time. All right, we're going to play a new game called Helpful or Unhelpful Advice. Go ahead, let them know how we're playing.
All right, so we got a few scenarios here, and we're going to give the best advice that we can to resolve the situation.
All right,
I'm
first
scared
one.
to hear you.
I know. I mean, this isn't me, because I read through this little list, and I'm like, none of these things would bother me. Okay, my partner says I'm too honest at family dinners. Simple solution. Shut the fuck up. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. You know? Like, what are we being honest about? Shut up. My mom says, how you doing? Good, thank you. Do you like the lasagna? It's delicious. Zip.
I feel like if anybody met my family, they will understand that everybody is too honest.
Yeah.
Whether it's about me or about somebody else. And so, to be honest, a lot of times when I was younger, I would have to like tell the individual, like, I apologize for anything that my mom and my aunts are gonna say to you or going to like how they gonna act, because they really have no behavior. Especially, you know, I remember one time I came up with a friend, right? So, you know, I'm from a certain place where I have a lot of friends that go to jail, whatever. So a friend that they did not know, and then so I opened the door to my uncle. So here my aunt, where you find him in jail? I was like, what? Like, why would you say that? I was
Actually,
like, no.
my mom's favorite ex is
Of
current.
yours?
Yeah, I have ex-boyfriends, obviously, that have come home to my mom. Her favorite one is currently doing time in Sing Sing.
Okay, moving on.
He's coming home, though.
Whatever.
Okay, accidentally like my ex's photo from 2017, and now I'm panicking. Don't panic. It don't matter. Fuck with him. Piss him off. Let him think. Let him text you. Hey, girl, thinking about me? And be like, ew, you came across my feed.
Or just unlike it. So what if
Don't
you
unlike it. Because then
Unlike
he's
it.
going to see that you liked it, and then the like is gone.
No.
So he's going to see you thought about him twice.
That's not a thought. That's like a, sir, give me back my fucking like, so I could give it to somebody else. Okay. I think my friend is ghosting me.
This one hurts my feelings.
Yeah?
Every day, I feel like I need mandatory texts from my 5 best friends that say, I'm not mad at you. That's it. And I go about my day. Good morning, I'm not mad at you. Ronica, Grace, Arlene, Laura, I'm not mad at you. That's all I want.
Well, you Irish goodbye all the time. You're a ghoster.
I am a ghoster. I am an Irish goodbye. But I need to know that I goodbyed at the goodbye time, because God knows if I stayed, none of you would be my friends. I ghost when I know my company here is Done.
Okay, my partner takes hours to reply to text. What should I do?
Find a new partner in the hours you're waiting. That's what you should do. Find a new fucking partner. My partner takes hours to text. People live with their phone in their hands. There are like certain things
That's
where
bad.
it's like, oh, I missed a call 15 minutes ago because I was in the bathroom. Sometimes we leave it on the charger, but you're not going to tell me you have not touched your Instagram account for 7 hours.
Right. No, you're
You
right about
saw
that.
the text and you made it a conscious choice. I'm not answering this bitch.
I would be in my feelings.
Yeah.
And then I would then now I'm not answering.
I'm not answering you. I
I'm
wouldn't
not answering
the
anything.
like maybe not the first one because I'm a little stupid sometimes in the beginning, but like after a little bit, I'd be like, yeah, now I'm not answering you ever again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something on purpose down the line. Probably not right there and then, but down the line. Just a little petty something.
Yeah, well, listen, we shot the shit.
Yes.
We shot the shit today. Make sure we said it at the top. We'll say it at the bottom. At Queen and Heat, we need you to click,
Click,
like,
click.
follow, share, comment. We need all sorts of
All this stuff.
engagement. People
Press every
stop me
button.
on the street and say, "Oh, you're the podcasting girl," right? So
Share us to your friends.
yeah, tell everybody. Deuces.